readjust my free legs. Oh, there they are. That's better. Oh, dear me. Oh, cringeworthy it was. Oh, crikey, watching everyone slug up to Donald Trump. We're not worthy of your magnificence, Mr. Trump. That's what it felt like to me, and that's how it fucking well looked. Oh my giddy aunt. For the few seconds that Mark decided to detach the stitches from his mouth to Donald Trump's derriere, well, he actually spoke, sucking up to Trump. Oh, it's amazing that you've achieved this meeting to get some kind of a conflab with Vladimir Putin. Well, of course he can. He could have stopped this war, like he said, within 24 minutes, if you know what I mean. But let's be honest about what is going on. Donald Trump is Krasnov. Oh, Putin's got a compromise. That's what I reckon, and so do many more people. It seems blindly obvious now that there is a certain individual that has got excessive amounts of information on Vladimir Putin, or Donald Trump, and his relationship with Vladimir Putin. In fact, it's probably Vladimir Putin. Back in I think it's the 1980s, he was apparently recruited by the KGB. Apparently, obviously, you know, no one can corroborate that story, but I've got no reason to doubt it. No reason whatsoever. Have you? Have you got any reason to doubt the story about Donald Trump being a Putin pal, if you know what I mean? Yes, they're pen friends. Yes. No, we can't lose sight of the fact that at any stage this war I believe it could have been, it could be ended. It could have been ended. If we all just stood up and actually, grew a pair of big brass balls, if you know what I mean. No, we didn't. No. We just allowed it to cruise on by, and tens of thousands of people end up getting killed as a result. Which makes us a little bit complicit, really. Which is a bit shameful, I would say. What's going on here? What's going on? Let's make sure. As a result, I can hear the fan in the background. Dear, that's not very helpful. And how are we doing for? Okay. I know my internet is good, but whether or not I'm connected to the right router. But anyway, it was cringeworthy. You had Maloney, you had Macron. Macron's probably the sternest one there. You had Mertz, Ursula von der Leyen, all of them there, and Keir Starmer. Oh, it's so wonderful that you managed to organise this meeting. We've all tried, and we haven't been able to get anywhere. It's like Vladimir Putin didn't want to talk to us. For Christ's sake, man. Doesn't that tell you something? That the Mango Mussolini is compromised with the compromat that he is. Do you know what I would like to say? Because nothing's going to come out of this meeting apart from a load of chaff. Nothing. It's bollocks. It's just a case of handing everything over to Putin. Because Putin's dictate is what the actual... here you are, my little Trump baby. Here you are, little titty mummy. Yes, that is. I don't care, says Brother B.I.2.U. I don't care either about you. Anyway, President Zelensky don't have the power to give up territory. No, a very good point. He is constitutionally unable to do so. That is a very... Yes. That's very true. But also, Trump keeps going on about exchange. In exchange... So what are we going to get? St. Petersburg? In return? No, is that the exchange? For Christ's sake. Words matter, don't they? Oh, I've got a coffee here. My dear wife, she brought me a coffee. She did, yes. I got my coffee. Now, right at the end of this meeting today, and they're all around that table looking at the backs of their heads. For God's sake. Who thought that was a good idea? Right at the end, if you listen to the little chit chatter right at the end, listen to Ursula von der Leyen talking to Trump. And they're going on about golf. And how somebody that Ursula von der Leyen, I can't remember what the name of the person, but anyway, played golf with Donald Trump, played golf with Trump. And she said, he said that you always win. Well, we know why, he fucking cheats. He gets his little caddy to pick up the fucking ball and drop it where he wants it to be, or they got one down his trouser leg like in the old Bond movies. Was that what she's getting at? Was it a dig? I don't know. Yeah, you always win. Christ's sake, but he doesn't, does he? He told everybody during his campaigns that he would end the war. And there never would have been a war if I was the President of the United States. There would never have been a war. Even Putin repeated that fucking line. Now, apparently from the inside, it has been said that Donald Trump, he basically asked Putin, I've got to come away with something from this meeting. Was that it? Just a one phrase, suck up to Trump? Because, anyway, regarding this fucking meeting today, it's this summit at DC, in Washington. Once I got past, obviously, all the National Guard and the Marines and stuff to get in, that's just not going to achieve anything. And they're all going to go in their little room and yabba, and nothing's going to happen. Nothing at all. And what you have is double click the old screen because that doesn't like, Do you like my hat? I had to wash it though, it got a bit dirty. And so they're all going in a little room, they're going to chat about shit stuff, and no one's going to agree on anything. No one. And like Steve McGowan just said, Zelensky can't actually just give up land anyway because he's, constitutionally he's unable to do so. Yes, Ukraine has a constitution like the UK. And yes, the US has a constitution, but the president doesn't listen to it or read it. No, he doesn't pay attention to it. That's the phrase I'm looking for. Oh dear. Hello, boy, Kershaw. I hope Billy Kershaw, sorry. I hope you're well. You're always a winner live. Run, Peter with heart on piano. Well, just like Wiskoff and sucking up to old Putin. Christ's sake, they are just... The fear that the European Union has got, they are worried that Trump is a Russian asset. Yeah, duh. That's what they're worried about. And that's, it wasn't just a case of backing up and standing up for Zelensky, Zelensky's security detail. No, it was about making sure that stuff doesn't get agreed to without some European input. And, oh crikey, somebody sent me something. What is it? Who sent me something? Cool. Oh, that's all right. No, nothing important. Below me. Bilateral meetings between President Zelensky and Trump. So, so watching it all go on, it's just... I just found it not just tedious, but a bit painful. That just... It's like it's almost like it's the... it's the remit, it's the procedure includes sucking up to Donald Trump. As though he hasn't got a past, as though he's done nothing wrong, as though he hasn't actually had a little bit of, a bit of fiddling with a little, with very young... anyway, we're youngsters, 13-year-olds, for instance, who have also made statements regarding Trump. How come that man ain't in prison? I do not know. It's just like his fucking father. There's such a trail of corruption that follows them, the Trump family. It's just incredible. It's incredible they haven't been locked up. But it's just had money, and that's who, you know. What they do is, you say, they get a few individuals and on some island somewhere, you know, take some compromising images, you know what I mean, and then use it against them. You know, him with the files and all that, he's notorious for it, wasn't he? Yeah. It was quite handy when he wanted to hand stuff, you know, send a bit of information, what have you, to the IDF. Hello, Chris Ledbetter, I hope you're well. And Kerry S, hello there. Oh, Kerry3277. But it's up to them. I don't think Putin will stick to it. No, of course he won't. He didn't stick to the last one, did he, after Ukraine gave up all their fucking weapons? You know? Now, this goes back centuries, doesn't it? You know, oh, crikey. I've been writing some notes about this. It's all mixed up, though. You know, because you're thinking, like, Russia's got history of enslaving Eastern Europeans, doesn't it? You know, it's been doing it for decades, if not centuries. Just kind of remit. I know they're not all going to be like that. I know. Just the ones I've met. Our leaders are so weak. Starmer follows the polls. Well, we know that. Number 3, my friend, hope you're well. And when you look at the election and all the Brexit rhetoric and the red wall, oh God, I've got to keep in favour. Oh, how do I satisfy the red wall? There are traditional voters and all that. Oh, crikey! Well, now they're all gone to feckin' Reform Party, haven't they? It seems that is gonna, if they get into power, the Reform Party in the UK, that's game over. That's like game over. It really is. They're all incompetent. Just like the people that Donald Trump has put into the White House. They're all incompetent people. None of them have got any experience in the fields that they've been put into. What, Pete Hegseth? What? God's sake. The drunk? Oh, dear me. So, meanwhile, the president of the country I live in met with the Dalai Lama. Oh, dear crikey. Did they, did the little scratchy thing? Give me the knife! Or something like that. Anyhow, crikey, what movie was that? No, the Golden Child or something. That wasn't Golden Showers, wasn't Waiting Chance? I can't remember. So, okay, infuriating President Xi, in the point that China has put President Pavel on the naughty list. Oh, dairy me. Now, if we all stood up right at the beginning of all this and said, hang on, Mr. Putin, if you invade Ukraine, we're all going to join in, we are. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, you press the button. You press the button. You threaten us. You press the button. And nukes. You can do that. That's game over. That's stupid. Just like the police song. Oh, crikey, what's it called now? Oh, I just remembered the line. I hope Russians love their children too. I think that's it. Yeah. But you know, it's just no, they're not. They wouldn't. No one with half a brain cell or any sense whatsoever, and Putin's not stupid. Even though apparently he had a heart attack the other day, you know, and he's got like just behind his bedroom, he's got a complete medic hospital behind his bedroom, and apparently they had to resusc him. Apparently so. Do you know anybody with a medivac nearby? I don't know. You know. Anyway. So he's on up lastly. His old ticker's going tick, tick, tick. Tick, tick. If you know what I mean. It's missing the food beats. Well, he's a soulless, heartless bastard anyway. Let's be honest. A bit like the orange one. The world is still getting warmer. Yes. Oh my God, too hot. Today's been okay. It's muggy, but today's been not too bad. Yesterday and the day before, 41 fucking degrees Celsius where we were. Horrendous. That's not in the sun. That's in the shade. You can't breathe in that heat. The plants are all gone. Don't matter if you water them, they're still gone because the leaves just perspiring faster than they can take up the water. It's not a competition. An Englishman calling out the US government is pretty rich. Oh dear, what a shame. I'm just a spectator. I'm just watching what's going on in the United States, just like you probably watch what's going on in other countries. So there's nothing rich about it, it's just interesting. Okay? And if you don't like it, feck off. Quite frankly, I don't give a damn anymore. I have lost the will to live. It's just got too fucking... It's just bonkers, let's be honest. Everything is bloody bonkers. The whole lot. It just doesn't make any sense anymore. It's just... Everyone's just bashing their heads against each other and not... They just take one step forward and, 3 steps back. Constantly. This meeting today is going to achieve nothing. There's too many people and too many egos in one room. It's just going to achieve absolutely... They're not going to be on the same playing field. Yeah, the only thing they might be able to agree on, including Trump, and I don't even really think even he fucking cares, is peace. Is having some kind of peace. Oh, my daughter, my little dog down here, she said, hello, Daddy, can we have a treat, Daddy? Oh, here's one. I'm in the little ones, though. Blimey, dogs, eh? Oh, the apple of my eye, they are. And the male one's looking at me down there as well, surrounded by dogs. And the only things that seem to make sense these days is my dogs. And maybe the missus sometimes, occasionally. Yeah, a meeting just gives Putin more time and talking about time. What do you think? They're talking about a peace deal and not a ceasefire. Well, they're talking about that is because it gives Putin more time to take more territory. Doesn't it? Quite frankly. Because an actual deal will take a long while to negotiate. They'll be at loggerheads for a very long time, and besides, you can't trust them anyway. It's just buying more time from Vladimir Putin. And Krasnov is happy for that to happen. Say, while we're talking about that, nothing's been said about the other thing. The other compromat. The one beginning with the Jeff and finishing with the Ep and a Stein, if you know what I mean. Yes, that compromat. Like when I was doing some searches yesterday on my device, and I was going on to Grand News, because you left and right-wing channels. No one's talking about that. Let's talk about this. See, Trump needs it, doesn't he? He needs it. So he just starts something new. Like, for instance, what's going on in Washington at the moment. I'm cleaning up the streets, he says, yes. He's pressure washing the homeless people off the thickened streets and sticking them in gulags. The crazy thing about this is, right, he said to give them all options. Gave them all options. Ready? At what point were they told? Did you have a team of people going around telling these poor people living in tents on the streets, or just literally laying there, what their options are? No. You just turn up one day and start scooping them up. You don't think they've got access to absolutely every little bit of news. You might get an occasional one or two that might have phones, they might even share them, but they've got no fucking money. Not all of them, no, but a lot of these people can't even comprehend what's happening. What does Putin even want the land for? It won't make him any safer. It's got nothing to do with safeness. It's about minerals for a start. It's about territory. It's about getting closer to Europe, to the European Union member states, to Poland and what have you, to get closer. Which doesn't make any sense considering that he says that, I don't want them on my border, NATO and that. Well, not on my border. So what does he do? He invades a country and puts, effectively attempting to put them on his border. Makes no sense. They're already on his border anyway, isn't he? Because Finland and that, so. Dear me. Yes, spot on, your shirt, Ems. A lot of these people on the streets are actually veterans who have been, left behind. Pretty much. These are people that served their country and haven't been looked after. Got a lot of PTSD and what have you. They struggle, and the help isn't there for them. Not even in the United Kingdom, for instance, mental health, it takes you bloody ages to get any help. What do you think I'm like the way I am? I had to go up to France to get my mental health checked out. Because I have to admit, here in France, if you do need any help, that is available. It's very quick. It's very good, in fact. I'm very impressed with healthcare here. So, UK bragged on TV about starting both Crimea. The UK bragged on television about starting both Crimea wars. Why? A lot of businesses are... Has anyone any thoughts on the future leaders, US and Russia? What the future leaders? Well, they will keep getting fucking Novichoked, don't they? Oh, but next thing... There aren't they? Bloody hell. Poisoning his underpants. Nursed him back to health in Germany. Yeah, they're going back to Russia for some strange, bizarre reason. Well, to do his bit, I suppose. And then they arrest him again and put him in a gulag and he dies in there. So, I don't know. Opposition. You'd have to stay outside of the of Russia and try and gain support that way. That's not going to be easy, is it? The problem is the propaganda as well. State media, like Fox News, But only idiots watch that, don't they? Let's be fair. Russians don't get a lot of opportunity regarding actually having honest news. It's all pretty much controlled and owned by the state. If you speak out, you're done for, aren't you? You end up being thrown out of a window like somebody was the other day. It's just madness. Everything just seems madness at the moment. What world we live in? You're not wrong there, Jess. Yes. You're a fucking crazy one. Absolute madness, where life don't seem to matter anymore. And I'm not just talking about human life, I'm talking all life, all critters and creatures, great and small, quite frankly, because without all those little critters, we've got feck all anyway. It's all part of the ecosystem. All, who's got to pollinate our chocolate if all the mosquitoes are gone? All the cacao. Oh, dear me. Everything has a place. Even the flies are there to clean up our shit, literally. What do you think all the flies are hanging around Donald Trump's derriere, around the old chocolate starfish and that, buzzing about, and down his leg with the old, his catheter bag is strapped to his leg. Oh, what do you reckon's going on down there, And there's giant shoulder pads because his foot and, he's gone all droopy. Yeah. Can't stand up straight anymore. He lunges forwards all the time, angry Donald Trump. Oh, for Christ's sake! I saw those tickets. Which tickets? It's not the Russians we are mad at. It's Putin and Trump's complete disregard for Ukraine and human life. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. When I say that, depends which ones you're talking about. Because some of the ones I've come across are well into this. Especially the older generation, the younger generation are speaking out, or they're trying to, but they get silenced. Yeah, it's hot dog flavoured farts, chumpers. Yeah, oh crikey. Do you think that's mustard or mayo or ketchup? It's ketchup, wouldn't it? I've just shitloads of thinking Heinz ketchup, probably. Yeah. In little squirty bottles or something, I don't know. Oh, can you imagine it? Can you imagine? Oh my God. Just visualise this, all right? You've all seen pictures of Rupert Murdoch naked going into the beach, into the sea and stuff with his ex-missus, Just visualise Donald Trump like that, all right? It's probably exactly the same, okay? Every morning he gets out of bed and they have to truss him up. All the bits at the bottom, they have to push back up to the top. They have to glue on the old prosthetic shoulders that they do, yeah. You can just imagine it. Every single fucking morning you have to go through that. And then he goes into the old spray booth, doesn't he? And have a obviously with his glasses on and, create the white bits. It takes a lot of work and a lot of fillers to get that finish. You know, if you know a bit of plaster, whatever, first of all, it's a browning coat, and then you get a bit of multi-facial, you know, and go over your fine coat on top of that, your top coat. Or you might use a monocouche or something and just literally do it all in one. I don't know, whatever happens before he gets that full-on spray tan. Something has to fill in the little holes and the craters and hold the face together, I suppose. But there you go, that's Trump all over, isn't it, you know? Ah, there. We need Ukrainian signs saying stay away from building sites in Norway these days. Why? What's happening there? Stuff I don't know. Would it be cheaper to buy off all frontline? Cheaper to buy off all frontline Russians? What? Ashmal Mali says, irrespective of how much against Putin is, Sevastopol, according to Wikipedia. Since the city's founding in 1783, it has been a major base for Russia's Black Sea fleet. And it was Russia until 1954. Well, a lot of stuff Russia lost post-war. Like a lot of countries, lots of things got shifted and moved about and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a world war, wasn't it, you know? You are kidding me, Hidden Night. I need to see pictures of that. Oh, according to Hidden Night, or The Hidden Night, Russian tanks are now flying Russian and American flags on their tanks. They're loving this, aren't they, Russia? You know, they're loving it. It's funny, isn't it? As soon as this so-called letter gets handed over to Putin, and apparently there was no mention in that letter, according to Midas Touch Networks, I think it was Ben was saying it, there was no mention in that letter of children or Ukraine for Melania Trump to Vladimir Putin. Yet we're all told it is. According to inside sources that didn't have anything of the sort in it. We get lied to again and again and again, don't we? You know, we don't know what to believe anymore. You can't even fact check half this fucking stuff. You know, it's just like, crikey, what was that guy's name again? Let me find it for you. Where is it? Here we are. Alright. Now, I mentioned it earlier today, or in this stream. Don't forget that, you know, beat the old like button. About how Donald Trump was Krasnov, and that was his code name. And that comes from a geese who was a former KGB member. Let me just read this to you. There we are. In 1987, I worked in the 6th Directorate of the KGB of the USSR in Moscow. The most important area of work of the 6th Directorate was the acquisition of spies and sources of information from among businessmen of capitalist countries, obviously the United States. It was in that year that our department recruited the 40-year-old businessman from the United States, Donald Trump, nicknamed Krasnov. And that was Alner Moskiev. Now, he posted this originally on his Facebook page. And he is a KGB member. You never leave the KGB, you're always in the KGB. You know, it's just like Putin, you know. I think it's in Putin that said that, wasn't it? So the Kiev Post confirmed Alner Moskiev's identity, stating that he rose up the ranks of the Soviet KGB before becoming head of Kazakhstan's security service after the fall of the Soviet Union. An American journalist, I can't say that name, that's a weird name. Luczkiw. How do you say that? Dug deeper into Muskiev's social media posts and found one from 2018 confirming that Russia has compromising material on Trump. So, Donald Trump is now on the FSB's hook and is swallowing the bait deeper and deeper. I have no doubt that Russia has a compromise on the US president, and over the course of many years, the Kremlin has been promoting Trump to post as a post of president of a main world power, the United States of America. The ruling elite of the United States understands well that their president is deeply dependent on the Kremlin, but openly admitting this does not allow the status of a sole superpower. And that's what he carried on saying that back in 2018. This is Alnir Muskiev. This is again on Facebook. So the FSB, let me see if I can put that in the chat, just so you can have a look for yourself. All right. I'll stick it down there. There you go. That's the name of the KGB operative. Now, I think it's fair to say that it is something that should be investigated. But no! No. Right, chat. Let's change that over. There we go, back in. Oh, dear. Right, I'm probably going to be live about an hour today, so currently done 31 minutes, halfway through. So, I'll lose my voice, I will. I'll get a lot of, I'll find my algae and it bugs up my vocal cords. Yes. I'll be no longer the tenor that I am. No. So, are you playing Fortnite later? Ha ha, no. Are you referring to Drake Black by any chance? Oh, I ain't heard that one before. So, decades ago, since decent journalism, some young guys are promising. Yeah, there's some. I'm hoping that the future is promising regarding journalism. I think. Tell you how I see it, right? I could see all this media manipulation. I could see shit in the fan with it all. I think a whole load of people are going to wake up quickly. And media sources like Fox News, for instance, and our right-wing crazy papers, news sources, I think they're going to come a crop. A bit like the Conservative Party did in the United Kingdom. People woke up and they said, hang on, not having any of it, we just want to get rid of them now. And they got decimated. The Conservatives got decimated. Okay, they're not happy with what they got now with Keir Starmer, and they'll probably end up with bloody Nigel Farage or something mad, which doesn't make any bloody sense whatsoever. What is it about people jumping out of the fire straight into the frying pan, eh? Or out the frying pan into the fire, which way it is, it's one or the other. Either way, it's fake or not. There's so much misinformation there is from all sides, it's very difficult to actually, it's a lot of stuff you can't even fact check because it's not recorded anywhere else. Unless this stuff gets investigated, you're never going to know, are you, to be 100% certain on anything. But if if you just look at all the signals, and for instance, Donald Trump's body language whenever he's around Vladimir Putin, no. Look, it's great to see you again. Oh, have you got the girls in? If you know what I mean. Yeah. I hope you had plenty to drink, Vlad, Golden showers later. Lovely. We'll be all warm. Oh dear. Yeah, the thing about journalism these days is there isn't no decency in it. The people aren't decent, are they? Years ago when we had the full page, newspapers, and it was about the news. Now, I would say it's a little bit more like that here in France. The papers are a little bit more, they're a little bit less fluffy. The tabloid press, like for instance in the UK, and obviously what you got in the US, is absolute. It's got pathetic, absolutely pathetic. And some of the things they're reporting on now, it's just, it's borderline child. It is childish. A lot of it's really childish. And just look at the most stupid, ridiculous attack lines, like Keir Starmer and buying a field so his mother could keep donkeys or something like that. You know, what? So, you know, as though it's like it's really bad. Just God. The donkeys need looking after too. Keep calm and carry on. Yes, elbows up, both. Yeah, elbows up. Oh God. The Canadian people, they're formidable, they are. Him and, what's that his name again? Crikey. Come to me a minute. Oh. Oh, I'm not talking Mark Carney, obviously Mark Carney. Oh, crikey. Brain fog. Oh, that come to me. Yeah, Canada did okay, Mark Carney. Canada is going through a bit of shit at the moment. In fact, the timber industry is suffering a bit at the moment because of these tariffs. But like a lot of industries, they're going to suffer. Steel, etc., aluminium, they're all going to suffer because of these tariffs. You just got to find new markets. And that's what Carney, not just new markets, but also using the stuff yourself for your own needs. Building houses, for instance. Why send, what, you know, what, it's like what he was saying, why send all this stuff to... actually, I think it was Doug Ford saying as well. Why are we sending steel to the United States to have it come back for railway sections and stuff, you know? Railway lines. You know, why don't we just make our own railway lines out of our own steel? You know, rolling the steel away, you know? Yeah, extrusions and stuff. Exactly. There's no problem with all these land miles. That ain't bloody good, is it? Hard to read stream cause background is the shit. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Oh, what can I do? Do you want me to go naked? That's a valid point. I hadn't thought about that. That's a really... the first time you that one, I won't do that in future for live streams. I'll make sure I'm in something plain. In fact, I could sort it. 2 seconds. I'm going to... I got my shirt off. Oh, body. Oh, look at that body. Oh, look at that sexy body. Oh, she keep her hands off me. I'll never know. Oh, crikey. Oh, I'm nearly there. Nearly there. I'll be there in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. One. Oh, I'm not there yet. I will be. Another 2 seconds. But you said 2 seconds 2 seconds ago. Oh. It's nearly ready, boss. Oh my God, that means I need a hat change as well. Hat change! Oh, here we go. Oh, is that better? I had thought about that. That's a really valid point. There you go. Now I look militant. Just in time. I should ban this. Oh, there. Think of the children. Oh, crikey, yes. All the kiddies, they're all gone home. Yeah, they were holding here last week and the week before that and the week before that. Yeah, we had them for 3 weeks, so crikey. Oh, hello, comrade. Oh, Dad's army more like it. Behave or I'm leaving. I'm working here, and this is just disturbance, says Joe. Hello, Joe. Joe has his own channel as well. He's a very knowledgeable geezer, and he brings it on his videos, and he's actually very interesting, so I like that. So I hadn't managed to watch his videos last week because it's been so busy at my house, the kids and stuff, you know, the grandchildren over. But I do at least try to watch, I'll probably watch about half a dozen. About 4, maybe 4 or 5 a week, depending on how what sort of mood I'm in. But sometimes more. Usually in the workshop, you see, when I'm in the workshop. Oh, anyway, I'm back. It's like a Ukrainian hacker outfit. I'm a keyboard warrior, okay? I want to ban myself at that point. Hey. Oh, Caroline's rubbing her hands. Oh, yes. Now she's got a bed, she has, but left you to her. Thanks for that, Zakada. Oh, blimey. Anyway, I need some power. I need some power. I got my glass, and I got an energy drink. A banana flavoured energy drink. How about that, eh? Crikey. It could be worse. It could be chocolate starfish flavoured. Oh, you eat corn, did you? Blimey. Oh, crikey, getting your teeth and all sorts, it does. Terrible. Don't eat the corn. No, not from there, anyway. Put half in there for now. So, what? Thanks, Joe. Thank you. Like an American golfer's dad's outfit. Yeah. A revolution. I can't get all the criticisms now. But can you see the text now at the bottom there? Can you see the chat? I think you can now, can't you? Yeah, of course you can. I didn't never thought about that. Yeah, that shirt especially is what make your eyes go cross-eyed. You should have a red cross on my hat and a patch on my eye. Yeah, thanks for that, Kevin. Anyway, don't click no screen for a like. If your like doesn't show up, thumbs up, or else, because I know where you live, I do. Yeah. So anyway, where was I? Anyway, it's got really hot all of a sudden. I have to put this fan on for a bit. Whew. I was getting all hot under the collar, I was, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, funny though, you know, Trump abandoned the Russian ceasefire and all that, you know, after his meeting with Trump. It's like it was the idea was put into his head. Oh, I wonder why. Give Putin more time to gain more territory. Yeah, for which Zelensky can't agree to anyway. I'm glad to see you having fun. Oh, do you know what? If you didn't have fun, didn't laugh and shit like that, everything like your prison card, thanks for that. Live with me. Oh, crikey, you have to. I try to look at the funny side of everything, and sometimes it's not really. It's disrespectful sometimes, to be honest. But it's just like, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to be miserable all the while? What you say if you're miserable? You don't lift anybody, do you? You know, you don't make people's lives any better. You know, they don't have a better time because you're miserable and feeling sorry for yourself. No. Sometimes, even when things are tough and things are hard, you've got to pick yourself up a bit, haven't you? You know, and I do suffer a bit of depression at the time, and I'm up and down like bloody yo-yo, I am. I wear my heart on my sleeve a little bit, you know, it's kind of like, it makes it hard sometimes, but that's just who I am. So it's, you know, yeah, the thing is, I just don't want to be feckin' miserable all the while, you know. I can't imagine what these poor people are going through, like in Ukraine and places like that, you know, on a daily basis, being bombed at night, left, right and centre, even when your so-called allies are having conversations with the aggressor, and then the aggressor's carrying on bombing you while they're supposed to be negotiating a thinking ceasefire or peace deal or whatever. You know? From the people I've spoken to, Ukrainians that I've spoken to, not one of them have got any faith in Trump that he's going to achieve anything. Now he'll go on about, he's going to carry on supporting Ukraine then. Well, of course he is. He's going to carry on supporting them because he's getting the fucking money, isn't he? All these military all this equipment has all been paid for by the EU now. By taxpayers in the EU, it's me. Oh, they're beyond the pale, yeah. The thing is, you see, it could have been. I know it's hindsight, and it's all very well in hindsight, but If we fucking well got off our asses and stood strong with Ukraine, the whole of the EU, the rest of areas of Europe and what have you, instead of just fluffing around the bloody edges and doing the bare minimum, we could have stopped this, and we would have saved a fortune in money as well. You know? What Putin does have, he does have a military machine. He does have the capacity to make missiles fast, make Sharia drones fast. But if we fucking well really cared, we wouldn't be allowing NVIDIA bloody chips ending up in Russian drones. We would be doing we'd be doing absolutely everything we can to stop that equipped Western technology ending up in these fucking drones, including blinking Starlink. Will we? If we really cared, that's what we'd be doing. And you know, we'd making a proper concerted effort. But politics gets in the way. Politics seem to get in the way of doing the right thing. Sometimes you guys got to say, stuff it. We're going to stand up to the aggressor. Stand up to the bully. Because bullies notoriously always come back for your lunch money the following day, don't they? You know? And that's what Trump and Putin are doing all the time. It's about, how can we get a bit more? You know? Because they are a bit like that, aren't they? Let's be honest. It's all started with Crimea and should have been stopped at that time. And also, what about Georgia and that as well, you know? We're just... Oh, yeah, so nothing to do with us. You know, look at that. What? Of course it's got something to do with us. You see, you know, what does Russia want with taking more territory? They're not just taking territory, they'll be taking technology. And if you look what's going on in Ukraine at the moment, with all the technological advancements they've been making recently, with drone technology, war technology, you know, Putin's going to gain all that. Plus mineral deposits, plus whatever else, you know, the grain they keep stealing and selling, right across the board, and also they'll be closer. Of course they want more land. And do we really, you know, the Americans really want Russia to be stronger when they're considered as being the enemy? Why would you want them to be stronger? Why would you want them to have more land mass? They've got enough fucking land mass as it is. Okay, it's covered in snow, but you know. They've got lots of ice mass. Now they're a bit more trying to get, like for instance what's going on in Alaska. You've got to try and tell me this is all about Ukraine. Of course I fucking won't. This is all about Arctic routes. It's all about Norway, Greenland, and, you know, up there, you know. Near the North Pole. Where the penguins are. You know what Trump's like with the penguins, you know, let's tariff them. So anyway, where the penguins are. If they control those northern waters, they've got access to fucking everywhere. You know? Ice is receding, remember? Because of global fucking warming that nobody wants to pay any attention to. They just want to deplete more, use more sort of depleted uranium and destroy the planet even more than they already have done. Because all these wars are really achieving is destruction. Pollution, global warming, etc., etc., etc. Madness. Export the snow! Trump is the weakest president in recent history of the United States. It's all fluff, isn't it? It's all bluff and bluster with Trump. Regarding Putin, he's always sucking up to Putin. Even when he's had strong words against Putin, it's almost like Putin was warned that he's going to say something like this, because Putin then makes a remark, oh, he's having a bad day. You know? Trump's having a bad day. He got out of bed the wrong side or something stupid. Who made that? Oh, crikey. Who? What was that saying? I think that might have been Doug. Was it Doug Ford or Charlie from Canada? He said about the cheese fell off the cracker or something like that. Or something like that. I thought that's brilliant. Aren't penguins down south? What's that? What people believe about Russia is propaganda anyway, probably. You know, if you think about Russia, have you there, since... What the fuck was that? What am I listening? Oh. Sorry. I've been watching the live streaming of these bloody meetings this evening, and it's like, oh my god. They're all around that table, right? It's the most ridiculous setup for a meeting I've ever seen. They should have multiple cameras. But no, they're all facing the same with the cameras. All you got is the back of Zelensky's head, you got the back of von der Leyen's head, you got the back of Finland's president, Alex's head, you got Mark Rutte sort of sitting sideways like this, you know. It's probably the only way he can sit at the moment after he's been attached to Donald Trump's derriere for so feckin' long, you know. So you got... these people are speaking, and all you can see is the backs of their feckin' heads. And don't kick their order. Don't touch straight. But you know, it's just... what was the idea behind that? The key people in that meeting, obviously, was Trump, unfortunately, and then Zelensky. All we can see is the back of his fucking head. You'd have thought they'd just have two cameras. They could swap from one to the next. It's not rocket science, you know. Even I can do that. Thank goodness Zelensky is president. I'm not going to argue with you, Janice. Not at all. Zelensky is an amazing man. And today he was a man in a suit, and then there was a suit without a man inside. Yeah, he didn't. As far as I'm concerned, I don't give a shit what. He could go feckin' naked as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to judge the man on his character. And his character is strength and determination to do the right thing by his people. And that's what you should ask for. That's what any president's supposed to do. Flipping Donald Trump, what's he doing? He's feathering his own bloody nest all the time. Billions and billions his family has earned as a direct connection with the White House. It's been $6.5 billion. He's gained in wealth. Gendarmes in riot gear with a loud hailer. What? What did David say? David, is it just me, or has this planet lost its friggin' mind? No, you're right. The planet has lost. It's not blaming the planet. Blaming the fucking idiots on it. You know? That's what my father used to say. Oh, what about the UK? Oh, you said that about England. Oh, England's a beautiful country. Run by a whole load of idiots, he used to say. He didn't used to say Britain or the United Kingdom or anything like that, you know, because he's an arsehole. But, you know, that's my dad for you. He's a Brexit voter. How about that, though, eh? You know, my father voted for Brexit. 2 months later, he died. About right, isn't it? Vote for the young'un's future, then beg it. I told him at the time. That's very selfish of your dad. He wasn't a great man, though. To be fair, he wasn't. I know it's my dad and all that, but he was not a good dad, if you know what I mean. He wasn't a bad dad, but he wasn't a great one. It was just a distraction from the Epstein PDFs. Yes, mood. That is correct. Everything is a distraction. I don't get anything about the Epstein situation in my feed anymore. I just get it every single day, and I'm not getting it at all. I have to look for it. So it works. These dead cats, they work. Chuck them in the ring. Hey, look at this dead cat over here. Oh, it's a dead cat in the ring. Oh, right. Hey, look at all what's going on over there. It's all about distraction, isn't it? Now that's where Trump is good. He just floods the zone like Steve Bannon's advice is flood the zone, flood the zone, flood the zone. Stick so much shit out there for people that can't keep up. Just like all the laws are getting broken and the Constitution that's getting broken in the United States. People can't keep up. All these fucking things going to the Supreme Court. Now he's bought that now, and but you know, they can't keep up. It's nuts. Hello, Korea. I suppose I do. Do I look like a bearded Korean? Can Koreans grow beards? Because I don't think they can they? Oh God, not my friend Chris. He's got like a couple of whiskers that go like, you get the occasional ones on warts and stuff, but and he's got like 3 hairs on his chest. I'm like down. I'm like duck down all over. I have to clip at my body. It gets out of hand, I'll tell you. Crikey, to plait it. I'm like a feckin' dwarf. At the Lord of the Rings, I am. Oh dear. Did cheese get cream crackadoo? Oh crikey, probably. Correct. Oh dear. That was quite funny. What time is it? Well, here I am in the beautiful country of France, looking in what's going on in the United States. And it's currently 10:30 in the evening. 10:30. In New York, it's probably, what would it be in New York? If it's 10:30, it's going to be about 5:30, is it? Something like that? About 5:30-ish? Right? Something like that, anyway. The clocks out there are wrong, by the way. Those clocks there. Can't keep my hand in the right place. There. Yeah, I need to set them. I went on a diet for Brexit, says Kevin. 2 months later, my uncle Ep Don's got on. Oh, was your uncle? Was it? Okay, got unalived. He did, yeah. Apparently, he unalived himself. Apparently, but if you believe that, then this shit, you believe bloody anything. I've got an island I can sell you, by the way. What was it? A bridge. Hey, exotic doll! I purchased a tree last week. Oh, okie dokie. Yeah, alright, no swan. Let me just make a note of that. Exotic doll. We did see that. I'm just going to put it into. Bear with us, people. Bear with us. I'm just going to make a note of his request for his rewilding. There we go. We've got a file here. We've got a file with all the rewildings on that I'm doing. For the for people with their trees, for the requests. No worries at all. Hang on, what just happened? That ain't right. Put it there. Control B. Oh! I was thinking it wasn't showing up, but that's because it's in white. On the white. So now I just to change the colour of the text. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, there you go. That's it, done it. Yep, no problems at all, exotic doll. We will sort that. It's now in my list. So could you write my name on the tree? Melanie, Lincolnshire, thanks. Yeah, no worries at all. We can do that. Cool. And thank you for your donation, that's brilliant. Thank you. Okay, I'll be happy. Well, looks like USA farmers are in bigger trouble. Yes. Nebraska, Alabama. I think Alabama, they're complaining because of their soybean. No, veg crops over there in Alabama. They're mainly veg crops. But soybean as well, because 50% of all of China's soybean comes from the United States. Huge amount. You know, they love their soy sauce, you see. Yes, and tofu. Anyway, there's soy. And they've said no to it. They say, So you need to say hello, Reagan. US farmers who grow soybean farmers, they are really up the creek of that battle. They're all bankrupt. There are so many. I did a video about that earlier, actually. The farmers are all going bankrupt, and they're calling upon the Trump regime to help us, please. And they're not listening. You see, before, when it's the last time this happened, when China did reciprocal tariffs on the United States after Trump tariffed China, and the farming industry got hit. All the money from the tariffs ended up getting paid to the farmers, so that nobody won their part. The farmers end up getting a bit of subsidy, but it ain't happening this time. If you can't make it, you're done for. It's just going to allow you to just come a cropper. So the farming sector in the United States is completely utterly done for. It's obviously the fact nobody wants the stuff anymore. Obviously you got your local trade, your local consumption, but even that has gone up in price because of the fact that the inputs are required. All the stuff from, say the potash, for instance, from Canada, and then you got the nitrogen, etc. A lot of that's imported from the Netherlands. And it's all tariffed now. So all the costs of inputs all gone up. A lot of the grains, seed grain and what have you. Like, for instance, Scotland is a massive potato seed grower. A lot of that now is all tariffed. So where do you get it from? If you haven't got enough in your country, you need to import it, and you've got to pay the tariffs. So food prices are going up. I couldn't believe what I saw. I mentioned it several times in my videos, but when I saw someone go on, showed in the stall a small can of coffee, all right? It's just the stuff's about 200 gram maybe, of coffee. So about £1 I suppose it'd be. And it was $17 for a little can of coffee. And then suddenly I picked up a bottle of sriracha sauce, which is exactly the same sauce I've got in my fridge at the moment, all right? And it was $8 for this little bottle, exactly the same as the bottle I've got, all right, which cost €2 here. Well, I'm in France, €2, and that was $8. And Donald Trump's got the cheek to tell you that everything's becoming cheaper. It's all going through the fucking roof. The stores are struggling. A lot of the rural stores, especially, because they don't get enough footfall to be able to, because they got reduced profit margins on goods because there's they haven't actually put the prices fully up, so they're taking some of the squeeze themselves, and so the rural stores can't get enough money out of the stores to pay the staff, etc. So they're literally going under, like the Walmarts and stuff. They're going to boycott them anyway, shouldn't they? For Christ's sake, they're awful stores. Even without the tariffs, the price will not come down. Of course not, no, because they're high now. Inflation has gone up as well. And you've got to remember, there's more than one type of inflation. You've got your core inflation, haven't you? You've got your producer, your PPI inflation, and you've got your consumer CPI inflation. So there's all these different types of inflation, but unless you get your core inflation down and your producer inflation down, your consumer inflation is never going to come down. So if they keep going up, say producer, if it costs more to produce something, which it is because the inputs are costing more. In other words, if you're going to, make something and that requires you've got to buy something to make it, that's the input, isn't it? And then you've got your other costs like labour costs and stuff like that on top of that. If that all comes on, you squeezes your profit margin, before you know it, you ain't got any cream there. You got nothing to take you for a rainy day. You end up borrowing more money, and you need that. Obviously, squeezes your profit margin anymore. You've got to pay your debt. I've been in business long enough to realise that it ain't bloody easy. That last recession crippled us, big time. I had a few guys working for us and that, and doing building work and shit, and it buggered our business up because we've done a lot of work for. Thanks for number 3, and Joe, and we were doing a lot of building works for council works. So we did a lot of remedial works where our builders gone in and done messed things up. Like, for instance, the footings are all wrong, or they didn't get planning permission, so had to do the underpinning. They're the kind of jobs we were doing for our building regulation approval, and we did a lot of council work. We got like disabled conversions and stuff like that. Good learners it was, but their purse got squeezed. All of a sudden, they basically just cut prices down. It just work wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening. You weren't getting any contracts. It just all just turned to shit within no time at all. And that was obviously the last recession in 2008. Record profits, though, even though people are not buying. Where have you heard that? Profits for who? or you've been sarcastic? Because Trump has gone on about record profits. Profits for who? For the billionaires, probably. Nah. They go on about all this tariff money that's being collected. Oh, crikey, it's all this tariff money. You know, 150, 300 billion, 600 billion, a trillion billions and stuff. Anyway, but anyway, it's your money anyway. Yeah, it's American money. It's not from other countries, is it? Only bread and land has value. This is the future. But land value can go down. In fact, in the UK, for instance, the average house prices have gone down by 10,000 in the UK. People aren't buying so much. And a lot of that is down to the fact that the cost of builds has gone up. And the same thing's happening in the United States. The cost of builds have gone through the roof. And you can't get the trades when you need them. In fact, you haven't got the trades anymore because you had deported them all. So that just causes a massive problem, like a delay in getting all the trades in line to get the job done. It just makes everything more expensive. And when it gets more expensive, your profit margins come because you already sold the house, haven't you? You already got a buyer potentially. Only speculative capitalism is earning money, and they are cannibalising it. So basically, you're saying people who are like shorting it, cannibalising it from the USA itself, especially from the middle classes. That is so true, Joe. You know, it's because they're the only ones with the ability to purchase. Those from the working classes and lower down, what their purchase is, look how much it costs of food. Like say, you know, if you can't afford to live, I've seen people doing like one little small trolley of food. It's like $300. How the heck can people feed themselves? Let alone a family. And by design, more expensive. I don't actually necessarily think... Oh, see, Zelensky was wearing a suit, yes. I don't actually think that Trump wanted this to happen. I think he actually believed in it originally. I think he's so feckin' stupid. Yeah. He must be, and the people that follow him are so feckin' stupid to think that other countries are going to be paying these tariffs. It's just ludicrously stupid. It never was the case, and it never will be the case. And like someone said here, food prices don't go down. The only time they go down if you got depression. Yeah, you got inflation, you got deflation, and I think it's only happened like once in the past, you know. You've got to go into the negatives for the prices to go down. So that ain't going to happen, is it? It's crazy. Like, for instance, during the pandemic and what have you, and what was the start of the war in Ukraine, the price of food stuff, like oil, for instance, we saw food inflation around 20-odd%. Now, people didn't understand or realise about Ukraine is Ukraine was considered the breadbasket of the world. I don't think anyone realised how much grain they produced. You know? Huge amounts of grain. And now Russia keeps stealing it and selling it themselves. Yes, prices don't go down. Hello, London Frost. I hope you're well. Trump is a Gemini. Not so stupid, but his rising ascending sign is Leo. So he's action and loud too. I'm a Leo. It's why I'm loud. Probably. In the long run, you might get an and Argentina effect, which means that the economy will crash into itself, implode, and money will be worthless. People change food and services in some parts of Argentina. So basically, barter exchange. Now, that was a popular thing that people used to do in France. A lot of the older generations still do. They exchange goods, they exchange foodstuffs. We grow foodstuffs, and we do swapsies. It's more of a relationship-based thing, but it's quite a nice thing to do anyway for the community. It's quite good. Do you believe in the US being watched by someone? What? Do you believe in us being watched by someone? Like aliens? Do you think they are? I'll tell you what, when I was abducted all those years ago, oh crikey, they removed my chocolate starfish, they did, yeah. Oh, I don't have a bumhole. No, I don't need it either, not anymore, no. I don't know where it goes. Still have nightmares about it. Is this an astrology channel? Astrology. Can I read your palms or something, you know? I'll read tea leaves. Well, talk about tea leaves, I had a coffee. No, I've drunk that already, haven't I? Crikey. Oh. A long pig on the menu. Oh, what? Pig roast. Hog roast. Ooh. Sounds good to me. Fire in the Sky is a better film. What Fire in the Sky? I saw a lady that was a single mother, and she worked as a cleaner in a school and in buildings, and they paid her in groceries. She only received a salary in the school that she worked in. Oh. So is that the future? Are we going all Star Trek here? Well, maybe. We'll get credits. Oh dear. Her salary did not last half the month. I suppose how do you think about that? That's a way to avoid taxation, isn't it? I don't think they tax. Do they tax their cabbages? How about buns? Who is Trump protecting? Himself. Quite frankly, this is all about the dead cat. This is all about distraction. Trump is protecting himself. He's looking for that next thing. There was no talk of this meeting, was there? Have you heard about this talk, about this meeting in Alaska until just recently? No. He needed something else to talk about. He needed something else to take your eyes off the Epps and the Steins and the files and the PDFs. Yeah, you know what I mean. Need you to take your eyes off the little girls that he, that may be that he might have done, you know. Yes, Trump is protecting Trump. I don't think he's protecting Putin. He's just giving Putin what he wants. Putin knows something. There's certainly that compliment on Donald Trump. When a former member of the KGB, we know he was, that's been confirmed, says that Donald Trump was Krasnov, all right? We should be listening. We should be listening. It's like, hang on, there's something fishy here. And investigate it. We want to know more. This guy, this KGB geezer, he's been arrested several times as well for speaking out. Innocent men don't need 1,000 FBI agents to go through the files with a big black marker to retract his name. No. These days it'd just be Control F, wouldn't it, you know? Find Trump. Be civil in the chat, please. Yes, please be civil in the chat, because we are here to have a nice time. We're not here to be nasty to each other, okay? Thank you. And the melatonin starfish. I can't remember that one. The melatonin starfish. Oh dear. Oh, I'll write it down. The melatonin. I'll probably forget starfish. Oh, crikey. I keep making a big list of names for Trump. What will we all talk about when he's begged it, apart from after the big celebration? Once he's had his cankalism. You know, what are we going to talk about then? What are we going to do? But I'll be so boring. I have to talk about Keir Starmer or something. Oh my God, I've slipped my bloody wrists. Crikey. I'm down with crystals. My missus, she likes her crystals too. English? No, I'm not English. No, we don't do English here, thank you. We do Norfolk, right? Yeah, Norfolk. Pay attention, exotic doll. I already made an olive branch to crystals. Oh, it should be referred to the Maxwell files. Epstein wasn't the boss of that outfit. Good point. People seem to forget how powerful Jizza was, you know, Ghislaine Maxwell, how powerful that woman was. Think of her father was, you know, the Maxwell. Bunch of criminals. Very, very wealthy people. The Joker is running Gotham City, and Putin is the Penguin, apparently. I can quite believe it, that I can. I laughed at the pictures, before pictures of Donald and Putin, and after pictures. They dragged Trump's ass backwards through the hedge for sure, yep. They showed him some of the cards, and he realised he's cooked. He is cooked, I tell you. The thing is, crikey. Did you see him walking along that red carpet? You know, it's kind of like that, wasn't it? You know? Zigzagging he was. What's that all about? Crikey. He's losing his fucking mind, the man. It's just front lobe, yeah, dementia anyway. Yeah. Her father, her sister, yeah. Her brothers. They're talking about Maxwell. Could you put a link to your Tinker's Lamp? I can do that. I uploaded a video earlier about these inhalers because I thought to myself, well, people who are struggling to get their inhalers, the dry ones, yeah, the powder type, they don't use all the powder. When you get to the end of the little indexing numbers, you don't, you know, the gas ones, you know, because they just stopped, don't they? But, you know, the propellant ones. But anyway, I stripped one down to see what it's like inside on my Tinker's Labs channel. There we go. Through the channel. There we go. It's coming over. No, this is my Tinker's Lab. I pull things apart and stuff. It's only a little channel. Just messing about on there, really. So I've also got another channel as well, which is Wally Brar Woodworking. That channel, there's only subscribers, I've got 63,000 subscribers on there, 63, yeah. Go on to the channel. There we go. Yeah, 63,600. Dun. I'll put that into the chat. You buy everything there, blah blah blah. Yes, if you sling around a gallon bag of pee on one leg, and see if you don't sway from side to side. Oh my God, that inertia of all that fluid! I can just imagine. Oh, they seem like printer cartridges. They claim to be empty. Yes, and that they'll print 500 more pages. Yeah, because they put a fucking chip in them now, don't they? Just so you can't. Oh, dear me. Oh, cheers. It's like Zen for me, says Joe. Yeah, I like messing about on there. It's not really a serious channel, I suppose, but it's quite it's got a lot of helpful stuff on there on the woodworking one. Hello, Jack. I hope you're well too, my friend. A bag of pee. It almost certainly is. Apparently, he's cathetered. He can't hold his water, let alone his poop. He must stink. My God, did you see him sitting there with the Japanese president? I can't remember his name now, but he turned around. He went like this. Like he's gasping for air. It's like Trump guffed or something. It was just the smell coming from his bag. Oh my God! I know people have issues and are unfortunate, but it's Trump, so we're allowed to, aren't we? Ooh, I didn't know that. The Maxwell's sister worked on IPv6 and was the head of the department of UTD. And Maxwell's are in on all aspects of Western power. Are they connected with the Heritage Foundation by any chance? He's like a sailor with a peg leg. Only it's full of pee. Makes him feel like he's on the open sea, whilst on land. Oh my giddy aunt, can you imagine that, can't you? Allowing me. Yeah, Maxwell's been declared for work release. That's why I read that earlier today. Fucking hell, she's allowed out now. She's got 20 years for effectively child sex offences, and then she gets allowed out. What is he going to pardon them all then? All sex offenders? Fucking hell. Evil bastard. No, you can't click on those things, you have to copy and paste them in. Sorry. Oh, it looks like I can. Yeah, they all shouldn't click through to me, though. Okay, well, never mind. We'll just copy and paste it anyway, so. The only ever work she's done is trafficking. Very true, Kerry. Very true. Meanwhile, felony counts for a guy who tossed a sandwich at a nice fuck. Yes. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the subway? You should have fucking froze it first. They fucking ran them down and put the rest of them and took them off to get them on a felony account. It's just ludicrous. Now, in LA, on the 16th, I think it was, a gentleman was walking down the street. He'd gone somewhere or whatever, and he's gone back to his car. Anyway, a whole load of masked men jumped out of nowhere, like they do, and chased him. So he ran. Fucking hell, the masked men chased me, I'm going to run. So he ran to his car. Anyway, they shot at him. They're now using their fucking guns. Took 3 shots at him, missed him, but broke his car window. He drove home, phoned the police up to tell them what just happened. And then, all of a sudden, the Homeland Security and ISWAB turned up with the police as well, not together, but they all swarmed his home. They then took him away to the police station or wherever they go. Anyway, they let him go because they had nothing on him. He's got no criminal record or anything, this guy had, you know. But they were trying to get him because the guy who's chasing them, he probably jumped on the car or something. I'm not quite certain of the details of that bit, but he probably jumped on the car. Anyway, apparently he got hurt. So don't jump on someone else's car then. Like an idiot. You know. But anyway, apparently he's okay. But he could have quite easily got shot dead, couldn't he? They shouldn't be pulling guns on people in the fucking street, should they? Not, especially if that person hasn't got a weapon. Should be doing it anyway, let's be honest. When normal people walk past the homeless, then this is the result. That is very well said, number 3. It's almost like it's considered as normal. But it's been normalised to see homeless people. So, which is very sad. Because there is things people... They managed to clear the streets during COVID. but done it humanely. Well, did in the UK anyway, but then they all came back again because the facilities, but but if anyone, you're always gonna get a food homeless, but a lot of these people need help. They need a helping hand. A lot of them do. They just need a chance in life, and unfortunately, it's a failure of government, and government don't seem to care because it's spending taxpayers' money on homeless people ain't politically sound. Well, you're joking, aren't you? Now, anyone with a soul would want people who are effectively at the risk of dying during the winter to have somewhere to live. It could be solved. Well, very much reduced by that. Maybe 90% or something could be reduced by. A lot of people they're down on the luck, A lot of these people, someone mentioned earlier about being veterans and stuff, suffering with PTSD, and they need some help. Need a chance in life. Now, when one of my employees, his name was Daniel, a lovely lad, he had a bit of a rough upbringing, right? And I've mentioned this before on live streams before, but this lad anyway, I gave him a trial for just a day's trial, and he was very quiet. He was quite a big ginger lad, but he was quite quiet, and he just grafted, and we kind of broke through the quietness just by laughing and joking with him and taking the piss and shit like that. You know what I mean? Then he started giving it back, and we had a lovely banter going on. He was the loyalist. He was the best employee I ever had, out of all of them. And we put him through college. In the end, we put him. He did his bricklaying, MVQ2. We got to MVQ2. I don't know what he's done after that. I do occasionally speak to him, but he's got his own little building business now in the UK. So we gave him a chance. Sometimes that's all people need, is be given a chance. Now, on the other side, right, there was another guy called Mick, who we gave a chance to, come out of prison, right, and he was in there for GBH, right, but we gave him a chance. He was a plasterer, but he was an alcoholic, and the problem is that on one occasion he came into work drunk, and I just took him straight home. Because I can't have that, obviously, because we're working in people's homes, for Christ's sake. So that was it for him. It was a shame, because he was a bloody good little plasterer, and actually we got on really well, He just got drunk one day and just made a complete mess of his life, and then ended up in prison. Absolutely covered in tattoos that he'd done himself with a homemade tattoo gun that he made out of matchsticks. It's like they earn a bit of money inside, you see. But sometimes people just need a helping hand, As long as, obviously, I would draw the line at child sex offences and shit like that, and murder, But some people they need something to keep them out of that trouble, But he had to give up the alcohol. He couldn't drink. He used to buy white lightning cider. Like we get like that 2 litre bottles of cider. He used to go to the supermarket. It's like white lightning or Tesco's value white cider. And he'd come. I met him at the supermarket once, and he'd carry bags of this fucking cheap ass cider. I said it's really good. He just stick loads of ice in that free. Keep it really cold. And that's really nice. I thought, what the fuck? Fry your bloody brain. No wonder he was half cocked. So he was a hopeless case in many cases. He needed to be taken away from where he was and put somewhere else to give him a chance to clean up. Jack White's lemonade. Was that White's lemonade? I'm a secret lemonade drinker. White's. Oh, number 3, cheers, buddy. Oh, thank you, number 3. Oh, cheers, buddy. I got a 5. Nice one. Lovely man. Now, number 3's also got a channel, and he talks about lots of stuff. Pot. No, political stuff, and also books. He's been reading books. So I haven't actually checked. I do know what, I haven't been getting anything through my feed from you recently. Are you still putting videos up, number 3? So anyway, thank you, my friend. Anyway, the thing, my point was, I know we went the gooseberry bush a bit about this. My point is that sometimes people just need a helping hand. And some people deserve it, and some people you're never going to be able to help. Don't mean to say you shouldn't try, because they might surprise you. And as for young Dale, he was a brilliant lad. You know, you just need, for someone who didn't do anything at school, he wasn't stupid. You know, he was, he's he got labelled basically because he failed at school. He's a clever lad though. I really like Dale. He was a really good chappie. And he was good to me as well. He was good to me. So, needless to say, he was, when it was going around the old truck and that, when they had the old Ford Ranger double cab, and I used to drive all my livery on it and stuff, he was the one who was always with me, because we got on well. So, good chappie. Hey, nice one. Cheers, buddy. Here's some of our dying currency. I hate to agree with you, but yes, unfortunately, it's getting that way. Oh my giddy aunt, the state of the dollar. Now, the Ukrainian dollar, I'm not Ukrainian, the Ukrainian dollar, the Canadian dollar is suffering a little bit recently, but it's bound to. There's going to have a hiccup there, isn't there? It's bound to have a bit of a hiccup. But it's nothing like the US dollar. Checking out, it's so sad to see. Oh, I love me some Jack White. I got some Jack White up there. Oh, you see? Oh, yeah. I've got a few Jack Whites. I have. Well, I've got a really nice acoustics set Jack White. I bought in 2016, I think it was. And it's a double set. And I couldn't believe it. I checked it out on. We use a piece of website called Discog, and it gives you all the values and stuff. It's like 500 quid worth now. I paid like 20 quid for it. I thought that's probably the highest value record I've got. I don't want to sell it, but it's just interesting to think, crikey, it's something that from 2016 has basically just been played a few times, and it's not really, done anything to accrue money. It just sits there and it's made money. Stupid, isn't it? It's daft. I haven't read any books for ages. Do you know what? Nor have I. I'm too busy reading stuff online. Oh, crikey. And watching stuff. And crying. Oh, my giddy aunt, the end is nigh. Oh, that's how it feels sometimes, I tell you. Number 3's channel, folks. Oh, cheers for that, Joe. Cheers, buddy. I have the album that plays from the inside out. Really? I ain't got that one. I didn't know there was one. Oh, crikey. Yeah, I like Jack White. He's brilliant. He's a hell of a musician. I mean, he used to play that old electric guitar, the electric guitar, the old plastic one. And he had that because it didn't go out of tune on the airplanes when he's travelling place to place, but it also has a unique sound, which is distinctive for him. Joe, you should put your own. Yes, most definitely, Joe. Put your own. Joe is one of the moderators on the channel at the moment. He's a lovely chap, and so is number 3, and they've both got channels. And Joe he talks a lot about how do you explain? It's a bit of everything, really. I suppose part of the political as well, and historic with the historics in it as well. How would I explain that? Anyway, it's interesting. I find what I do with Joe's channel, right? I usually when I'm in the workshop, I put it on. If it comes up in my feed, which it does, I put it on, and then I'll just have it playing in the background while I'm working on my tools in the workshop. And because I haven't been in the workshop as much because I had the grandchildren here, I haven't actually had the situation where I come across his videos so much. Because Joe's a small channel, they don't try and chuck in adverts in the middle, so it's just quite good. Cheers, buddy. Going out to the party, people. So it plays from the middle to the edge. Does that mess up the auto retract on the player though? If you've got a semi-automatic deck. I love reading and always have done. Yeah, says Lilac. Well, reading's a lovely thing to do, isn't it? I struggle with reading. I mean, like books, like storybooks and stuff like that. I think, why am I reading this for? You know, it's just a story. If I want to be entertained like that, I'll watch a film. You know, or I like information. I don't know what. I just crave information. I've always craved stuff like that. Learn stuff. You know, it's always kept me interested. But in small batches. More so now than years ago. Like, for instance, a bit like Donald Trump, really. He goes off on a tangent. More so now since I've had this fucking fibromyalgia, and it's really messes your head up. People think it's just your muscles. It's not. It's also to do your vagus nerve and your nervous system. It buggers everything up. Everything's run by the nervous system, isn't it? It's the connectivity in your body, that it is. Actually, he does talk a bit about philosophy, Joel does. And some of his topics. He's a clever chap. Can't click links. I can lose myself in a good book. If you want to click, go onto links and stuff, just copy and paste, and I'll go in. They got the full link that's there on it. Because the handle on there, if you look at the handles, where it says @Joa Marios, if you even just copy and paste that bit and put it into the search of YouTube, it'll come up with the channel straight away, because that's the handle of the channel. So, yeah, that's what you want to do. Oh, cheesy peas! Cheesy peas. Viva the revolution, Lucian. Oh dear. You might have... Oh, dysautonopia. What the hell is that? I get brain fog too. Oh, and it's a pain. I get different pain in the bum. But yeah, I do get pains all over. I do, but I'm not saying you get pain, but you're just saying it's a pain in the bum. But you know, you get brain fog. Yeah, I do get brain fog. The other thing is, my daughter has got suspect. She's just gone back. She's got to have a blood test. Something Vanity, some weird thing, and it has similar symptoms to fibromyalgia. So I might not actually have fibromyalgia because it's hereditary, you see. And if both partners apparently have not necessarily active but latent in their bodies, it could pass down to your children. So there is a possibility that I might have that. So we'll see. We'll see what the results of her blood tests are, and then I'll go get mine done again. Michael Lambert has announced a new channel about metaphysical stuff. Really? Michael Lambert is another YouTuber. He talks a lot about British politics. And when I first come across him, I talked to him quite a bit actually online. Michael Lambert, he's quite a nice guy. And he's a very clever guy as well, actually. He used to do a lot of trading, you see, import stuff. And his first one, he basically does video stuff against the wall. He still does that. But it's like his head was like, hey. It's like the camera was too high. And all he got was like, what now? You know, it's just ridiculous. But you just can't look at him, you just have to listen to him. But yeah, he's better now, to be fair. His channel's grown quite rapidly, it really has. Number 3, warning, my channel contains weird stuff. should we have should be censored? Oh dear, I know we're going a bit off track here, haven't we? Michael Lambert he keeps deleting even clean comments. He's an over fussy man. Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't been on this channel for a very long time. I don't find him snooty. He sounds well spoken, doesn't he? But he's very protective, I suppose. Maybe that's what it is. Or could it be the moderators just cleaned up? I don't think he's done it all himself. He gets so many comments. You can't keep up with them. You know, I read through my comments, but I can't actually comment. I can't reply to them all. I can't react to them all because there's just too many. Which is great. I love to read them because I learn from people. You see, you can, and also it's good to read other people's opinions, and so you tune on. Sometimes stuff that, like I say before, sometimes you've got to tune on stuff you disagree with. I love Michael Lamberdido. What? I don't know that one. Yes, Gary Stevenson's he's a very, very clever cat. He does repeat himself a lot, though. I wish you'd have a different attack angle sometimes. Gary Economics. I watched a lot of his earlier videos, which made so real eye-opener for me, that was. When he's going on about the billionaires and how basically they're sucking the wealth out from the middle classes. And fucking hell, he's so right. He was so right. And eventually get to a point where there is no wealth to be had. And when you got zero growth in an economy, there's no way of hiding it now. You see, we can all see it. And that's the same with all these figures, all these billionaire figures, literally creaming us. We are making them rich. We need to understand that and do something about it. Stop using their services. On YouTube at the moment. Stop buying their products. Like Amazon, for instance. You've got people complaining about Elon Musk, and what they do, they carry on on the X platform. I don't get that. I just don't get it. I've got to fight back somehow. It's just, for me, that's just an excuse. You've got to hit where it hurts them, and that's the money. See, these platforms, when they become so insular, and it has done to some extent, has X, in that you get a lot of right-wing idiots on there. It does become a bit of a bubble. And it's like Donald Trump's Truth Social. It's all just people that love Trump. Now, I go on there. I don't post on there because I don't want I don't want that connection. But I go on there because it's just fascinating to see what people are saying. And like I said, it's good to chew on stuff that we disagree with. The censorship trends are scary, says number 3. I kind of agree to an extent, but we must have censorship. There has to be some form of censorship, but it has to be level-headed. Problem is that if censorship is done to control a narrative, well, then that's a problem, But when you get people lying and just literally just lying, just blatantly lying, that stuff has to be called out or just got rid of, because it's not true. Why do we need... Because news used to be about news. It used to be about information. It shouldn't be about lies. Everything we should be reading shouldn't be just somebody's random opinion that they've just made up. It should be based on something, You can have an idea or an opinion on something, but when it's like so derogatory and kind of drawn out of all proportion, like, I don't know, case in point... Brigitte Macron is a man. He was born a man, said Candace Owens, and then she gets sued. Which is a load of bollocks, That stuff should not be... It should be shut down. I'm sorry, but I don't think people should be allowed to have those sort of opinions. I'm not saying you control absolutely everything, but some of it is just so derogatory. And it's cruel. Lying can't be a business model. Well, it is now, isn't it? I've said so many times before, tell the truth, shame the devil. You've got to remember your lies. If you've got to have one tremendous memory, for which I suppose I have got a fairly good memory, but I wouldn't actually... I want to be... I want to sleep at night, I want to be able to know that what I'm saying is my actual truth, either my true beliefs or information that I've got from somewhere. It might be the wrong information sometimes, because you've got from a source that isn't 100%, or maybe a fact checking isn't particularly good for whatever reason, or the source that was fact checked, the fact checking isn't very good from the source. If it makes any sense. Or the fact checkers, I should say. But I will not deliberately give out bad information. Lie, basically. I won't do it. It's too uncomfortable. And you always got to remember, you get caught out, don't you? You know, if you say one thing 1 minute, and next time you're saying something different, you lied 1 minute, and then your lies are changing. Somebody is going to call you up on it. Someone's going to point out, hang on, last week you said this. Like they do to Trump all the bloody time. You know? They're always fucking lying. There's always something written somewhere, or a transcript of something that you've said somewhere. Or for me, a video I've said made in the past. Just don't lie. There's just no point. Don't, speak the truth, shame the devil. It's a whole cottage industry on the right now. That is, and they believe. To them, they're not lies. They're believing it, and it's so bizarre. It's like, for instance, as an example, you got Trump going on about gas is $1.98 a litre. Essence or petrol. At $1.98 a litre it is. At the pump. Yeah. I saw it somewhere, he'll say. $1.98 a litre. And then everyone else will be going, these MAGA people will be going to their pump, filling their fucking motors up, looking at the fucking thing, going, oh, look, it was $1.98 a litre. And it says $3.50 or something. But that's all they'll see is $1.98. This is just indoctrination. It's kind of brainwashed. Or they just don't want to accept that they've made a mistake, or they just don't accept that Trump is lying to them. It's so blatant now. And you say it's cottage industry, and it certainly is, isn't it? History is a lie agreed upon by the winners. That's an interesting idea. History is a lie agreed on by the winners. In many cases it is. That's actually... I've never thought of that. History is a lie agreed on by the winners. So those, like, for instance, won the war. Like, for instance, the United States, they're quite happy to... We won the war, World War II, we won that war, we saved you all, we did. Yeah, obviously the United Kingdom didn't have nothing to do. England didn't have nothing to do with it, did they? No. All the Allies had nothing to do with it, did they? No. All those little Indians had nothing to do with it? No. And the list goes on, the Gurkhas, etc., etc., etc. They had nothing to do with it? No. It's convenient, isn't it? And that's very convenient for many US Americans who would keep throwing it in our face that we saved you. We saved the French, that we did, yeah. We saved the French from the Germans. You'd all be speaking German now if it weren't for us. That's what they say. They seem to forget the fact that they wouldn't have no bloody liberty if it wasn't for the fucking French. 300 odd years ago. The French bankrolled their liberty. And then gave them a great big statue to celebrate it. The French giving them ships and shit like that, Convenient to forget the real truth, isn't it? Like you say, it's only the winners that effectively make the truth. It's not necessarily the truth, is it? It's their reality. I read in the dictionary what research is before doing it. I am not being ironic, I am being factual, says Joel. A simple fact-checking tool, a sheet of paper, make 2 columns, and write the different positions at the end, cross data, and try to do it coldly. I learned that. That's actually a quite interesting idea. I never thought of that. That's a good one. Thank you, Joel. Some of it's just so ridiculous, though, isn't it? Now, add the columns who owns those news sources and what religion they are. I like to keep religion out of it, okay? Because to me, that's fiction, okay? It goes into the fiction column. It reminds me of my son when my daughter's religious. And spoke to say my son Matthew, and she said, would you like a Bible and stuff like that? I think there's a Bible she asked him. And his response to my daughter was, no, that's okay. I've got a load of fiction books over there. You know, I've already got fiction. I thought that was quite a good one. Chat remarks. Purcell, Ariel, whitewash. It's the blue one. This was at the Daz. Maybe. Zach, if you want to check, because you talk about the Conservatives, blue whiteness, you say, you want to check out other Jack White stuff. The Racontas is good, but check out the Dead Weather for sure. Dead Weather. I don't think I got that one. Dead Weather, nice one. Jack White. I wrote it down. What's got to do now, haven't I? I've already on 50. I'll do another 10 minutes. America almost joined. Oh my God, is that right? So America almost joined the Axis groups. The funny thing about Axis groups, when you think about, like, for instance, Italy. Now, what always made me laugh a bit is because when I used to live in Thorpe in Norfolk, there was a boatyard. It was called Hart's Cruisers, and there was a Colonel Ashby, and he lived on a gunboat on the River Green. The gunboat's gone now; it's completely rotted. It's in the old basin around the corner now. But anyway, he lived on this. He's gone as well. He's dead. And I was chatting to him when I was working at the old. He's very old at that point. I was working at Hart's Cruisers, you know, as a kid, what have you. And he told me, all right, that the engines that were in this boat were supplied by the Axis group, the Italians, while they were fighting what have you and doing what they want, you know, with the Germans. And they supplied the engines, the diesels or petrol engines, whatever they were, there was two engines in these gunboats. And these gunboats, they were double diagonal, so they were basically just pitch pine, and they're double diagonal. And what happened with them is they rotted like fucking stiff they did, but obviously they're only designed for the war, weren't they? You know, but water used to get in between the planks, because they're like that, you see. And they'll just rot from inside out. They're just the bottom of the boat just drops out. Yeah, just come. Yeah, we got, haven't you? You got to have the truth. You got. Do you know what's easier? It's easier. Keep going with the truth. You know, speak the truth. Shame the devil. It's easier. Like I say, you've got to remember the fake lies, ain't you? You know, the lies, the mistruths, all that stuff is easy to debunk. You know, it's just all bollocks, you know. None of it makes any sense anyway. Joe, you grew up in Portugal. He's a hybrid, that one. Ask him how many languages he speaks. Religions are the first tacit social conventions. It's about control. That's what religion is for me. It's about controlling people. It's about explaining the unexplainable, but we can explain it now. And that's, you see, when years gone by and people, you know, didn't know what's what. Oh, crikey, all those stars and all this and all that, you know. Oh, we can't explain, yeah, why does a round wheel roll better than a square one, you know. And all these very difficult questions. You know, and God, yeah, that's because God gave it to the round wheel. Or some shit like that. It's just bollocks. Sorry, I'm sorry if you're religious and that. And that's up to you. It's your thing, but I'm not. I don't follow that crap. Yeah, I'm being derogatory there, calling it crap, but you know, it's not my cup of char. No, I am a practical man. I believe in science, not necessarily Scientology, but science. I just believe in stuff that I can see. I'm a woodworker. I stick bits of wood together, and that's got a fit. It's practical. You know, it makes sense to me. So the idea there's some burning bush Well, for me, that's just somebody who's had a little bit too much friction during intercourse. That's what that is to me, as far as I'm concerned. I just made that up, but there you go. Oh, your mind works in mysterious ways, it does. You. Bring my puff of Drake. Who threw that stone? Oh. Blasphemy! Canada is now more atheist than religious. Now, do I believe there's something there? I don't know. I don't know. I say it's more than. I'd say it's more likely there isn't than there is. Am I open to it? I'm open to it, but I'm not going to start until I see that burning bush. I mean, see that. Oh crikey! Oh crikey, be smelly, can it? That's all that hair. Anyway. I think everyone should live and let live. Fair point. Very well said. And in Southeast Asia, religion is crucial in eliminating bad practices. I can't corroborate that because I don't actually know. But yeah, if it works for people. And I haven't got a problem in religion. I like some of the writings and I like the idea of doing good by people, alright? But when you get these fucking assholes, they'll use it as a way to hurt people. That to me, it's counter to everything that's supposed to, and some of it in the bloody Bible makes no sense whatsoever. You know, and they don't abide by it, do they? They just take bits out of it that suits them to try to prop up their own argument. It's stupid. There's so many questions and so little answers. True. But there is. There's still lots of things that we can't actually answer. Of course there is. We haven't yet explored the deepest parts of the oceans, haven't we? You know, and that's on our own planet. I say our own planet, on the planet. It isn't really our planet, is it? You know, it's the planet, is it? You know, we don't own the planet, that's just silly. There's all the other living creatures as well. We've got to think about them as well. Unfortunately, people don't, but you know. We are all interconnected, you know. It's like the life tree. Oh my god, my battery's about to run out. It's about the life tree on Avatar. We're all connected. Oh. I'll get you, Kevin. A burning bush. It's a petroleum jelly. Oh, I get you now. Yeah, it's catching light, isn't it? Spontaneous petroleum jelly combustion. Blimey, caused through friction, excessive friction. It's when you don't pre-lube. That's it. That's what it is when you chuck the lube on halfway through. You can't pre-lube your tool that you have. That's what they say, you know. Gotta wet the whistle. Oh dear. Religion is inner space. I am about to lose my internet. Not internet, my back. What was I internet for? My battery. No, I've got a cable there. I don't know if that'll do the job. I'm losing my voice, you can probably tell. That's my fibro as well. I actually, let's say this. I don't smoke, or I never have smoked, and I've got fucking bloody, what's it? Thing. Vapor, what's it? For eucalyptus oil stuff. I get so much phlegm, you see. And that's what it is. When you hear my voice go like that, I get a lot of phlegm around my vocal cords. It's fucking horrible. I respect anyone's beliefs as long as they respect mine. That's fair enough, isn't it? That's fair enough. Why the hell not? You know, I've got a problem with people believing what they like, but I don't want to affect. Yeah, don't affect. I don't have to believe in it, do I? Do I? You know? It really doesn't interest me. Hide your toys. This is not all. There's not. Yeah, it's grind. Oh dear. Joe, you're a respectful type. Most people are less intelligent than a squirrel fart. Never been. I'm not particularly intelligent. I just like I'm all about common sense. It has to be something practical. Now, I live my life like that. But things being practical. Like, for instance, I like my tools to be in a certain place. Not that tool. My woodworking. Oh, crikey, dirty mind you got. Anyway, I like my tools to be in the right place. I like my workshop relatively tidy. When there's a mess, I can't think straight. And so I like to be relatively organised with that sort of stuff. Not anally so, but I'm just quite happy for, I like things to be in their place. So I'm quite a practical person like that. Thinking of infinite space is mind-boggling. Yeah, the universe and all that. Just think we might be absolutely minuscule in the grand scheme of things. We might be literally living in a little microorganism somewhere inside the intestines of a giant beast. We're swirling around in there. That might be our universe. Who knows? Who knows? One day we might get shut out, yeah. You've got ADHA. What's that? Are you going to say ADHD? Attention deficit disorder, probably. They call that autism now. I've got autism. Oh, blimey. What are you talking about? Talking about somebody else? Well, my friends has got I think it's ADHD and something else he's got. He can't read very well or write very well. Everything's all mixed up. Good carpenter then. Have I studied? I haven't studied it. I've played with it, as in I had to go 3 times. It's all like key work really, and oh crikey, what's it called again? Not origami. Japanese woodwork, jointing methods and stuff. Yeah. You talk about a lot of key work. I might actually start doing some now because it's actually really quite interesting. What is it called again? Sashimono. That's it, Sashimono. And it's basically if you got a joint without the key piece, which could be another piece of timber, so you have 3 pieces or 4 pieces. As they go together, they all lock into place. And quite often you have a slide key. If you've got a slip joint or like a bridle joint, you can have a slip in there, which then creates the lock, holds the joint together. It's clever stuff, and some of them are extremely complicated joints. But when you see the Japanese people do it, they make it look so fucking easy. Whereas people like me, I've got to really think about it. But yeah, it's clever stuff. Sashimono, that's it. I knew it was some silly name. So the technique for assembling furniture and other wooden items without nails, using both simple and highly complex wood joints. Well, the system's also used in the construction as well of Japanese houses and stuff like that, where they're all, the big huge timbers and they're all locked together. If you think of like traditional timber framing in the United States, but also in the UK, because obviously it's come over from the UK, or from England, or from Europe. Where you got a traditional pegs and what have you. Oh god, I'm alive again. Pegging the joints to draw them together. So when you see a piece of timber jointed together as a framing, and you see that dowel, when that dowel or that peg is put into that joint, that hole that it's going into inside the joint will be offset slightly. And the idea is as you drive it in, it actually pulls the joint together, and that's how it should be. Quite often it isn't, but it should be. Anyway, I'm going to have to call it because my voice is, my throat is sore, and I'm literally losing my voice. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today, and thanks for the super chats. It's really appreciate, my friends. So that's fantastic. They have incredible attention to detail. Yes. The thing is, for a lot of people, like for instance in Western methods of construction, we just don't have the time or the energy, or I actually would say a lot of time the love for it. I think we lost the love for construction. It's all about money now, and not about pride in our work, because I see it in trades myself, in woodworking trades. When I see people and they're not putting a leading edge on the door or stuff like that, and just make the door gappier just so it fits instead of putting the leading edge on so it looks nice and tight in the hole. And I see that, I thought, oh, you lazy bastard. And then I see people not cutting back the hinges or just using a router and just slopping in. Yeah, it's. I don't mind the use of a router, but you must cut the hinges back, so you don't bind the hinges. Especially if you've got big old brass hinges or stainless hinges, where the hinge, when you put it together, effectively the hinge touches each other. A lot of these cheap ass hinges, when you put them together, there's a gap in between the hinge, and that's just crap. So they're the kind of hinges you get that when you open and close the door, over a period of time, you'll get rust come down the joint of the door, because of just mild steel with a bit of plating on them. Yeah, so anyway, alchemist. Oh, crikey, I'm no alchemist. Yeah, I think it's quite a shame. I think the love for the work has gone. I think the love for it has gone. It's all about making money now. And when I see young woodworkers getting into the trade, and the skills are actually relatively limited now. It's all machine tool based and not hand tool based. Very little hand work is done these days, and quite often it's quicker. I can chop a hinge in faster than you can with a router. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I can still do it quicker. Putin is definitely a thug. Most definitely. Putin's a thug, and he's got something serious on Donald Trump. Yes. Plain and simple. Most definitely. Donald Trump is Krasnov, after all. When the KGB tells us that's the case, well then I think we have to believe it. That there's a potential risk, and Donald Trump is a potential. He's compromised. Unhinged wankers. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, autism is required to care enough to not take the easy answers. Real truth requires dedication to it. Yeah, I'm still there, but I'm about to go. I wasn't going to do an hour, and I've done two. So it always happens, doesn't it? Keep a bit of handiwork at home. How long have you been gay? Oh, crikey, all my life, Oh, crikey, making all those kids while I was gay as well, Got 6 children. Right, okay, 4 from McCallum's previous marriage, and we've got 2 between us as well, So, no, I'm not gay. And if I was, why does it matter? Am I gay? I don't know. I haven't been putting thought into it really, Maybe if the right guy came along. I've been married to him. I can't be bothered with all that crap, I've been married for like over 30 years, and I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered with relationships. No. I've got a relationship that I'm in at the moment, and that's fine for me. We get on pretty well most of the time. We do so. Oh, you have to be born this fabulous. Oh, there. Cheers, Joe. Your drain is blocked. Please hold. That's random. Cool. Yep, you're right. Trump is all over the Epstein. Let's not forget. Trump is all over the Epstein files. Trump is compromised. There's a compromise on him. Probably in Israel as well. At the end of the day, why is Israel so interested in Donald Trump? Why? APAC? They got something on them. Just like fucking Putin. And is anything going to come out of these meetings? No, of course it isn't. No, nothing's going to happen. People are so insecure. You're not wrong there, John. Thanks to this, to those who have been moderating the chat. Much appreciated. It's really quite kind of you to hang on. I'm sure you've got better things to do. Do appreciate it, my friends. A hairy patriot. What, me? I have to clip all that, you know. It all wires out otherwise. And sometimes I find it actually works its way out of my shirts. If I've got a lightweight t-shirt on or something, I find there's hairs poking out of my shirt. You know? Look, my buttons undone. I'll just put that. Oh, my shirt's riding up, it is. I can't believe I had to do a dress change halfway through. Doing the intervention. Oh. Hey, what's happened to your spanner? Hey, my friend, let me try and get it back for you. I didn't see you, my friend. I haven't seen you for ages. What? It's got your spanner on it. Oh, no, here we go. Add as moderator. You're back. You should be. No, you're there. You're back. You are back though. Refresh that. There. Refresh that. Huh? It's not showing. Refresh that. Is it showing there for you? Huh? It's not showing. I can hear myself. Is it showing there for you? Huh? It's not showing. Why isn't I hear myself? Is it showing there for you? Ah, get that off there. Sorry about that. You should be back there, Mad Monk. Hey, nice one. Yeah. And the delay as well. With the keeper, yeah. So anyway, I'm now going to make a move. I keep saying I am, then I get distracted. So I am now because my throat is buggered. It really is. And I need to heal it, you see, so I can make my videos tomorrow. Well, I've got a whole load put up now, to be honest. I've already made. I've been hammering them out recently. I already have. So, you know. Anyway, it's time to say doodly now. And thanks to the moderators. And welcome Mad Bug as a moderator. Even though he used to be one and all of a sudden disappeared. I don't know what happened there. Strange. Anyway, time to go. So I'll say doodly. Doodly! Have a lovely day. Or night. Or week. Depends what time of day it is for you, I suppose. And don't worry. Be happy.